The men who were saying every girl is a whore, I can't find any good relationships, I'm just going to use them for their bodies, and the women that are saying I'm giving him what he wants and he's just leaving me, that's not what he actually wants. What a man wants and what a woman wants is deep love and connection on the most intimate level possible. When you have sex with people that you don't have an intimate connection with, you're creating a disconnect between you and them. I'm going to get a little vulgar here if that's okay. Talk about hookup culture. A lot of people who are just having sex with each other, you'd say missionary, the sex position. You're looking at somebody deeply. You're having an intimate connection. A lot of people, when they do hookups, they're like, oh, I love doggy style. A part of the reason as to why you love it so much is because you don't have to look at the person. You don't have to interact with who they are. You bust a nut, you let them go, you leave, you kick them out of your house, and you move on with your life. And so you're disconnected from the person. You're not actually sharing any intimate experience. You're not connected to yourself. And so if you're running away from women, if you're running away from men, what else are you running away from in your life? Absolutely everything, and most importantly, yourself. So the women that are saying, oh, this is all men want, it's not what men want. It's just what they believe all they can get, and so that's what they do. And to get back to your original thing, the polarity, energy-wise, masculine leads, femininity follows. Femininity is the chaos, masculine is the order. We support each other. And also, the feminine and the masculine are in each one of us. I'm a man. I have more masculine qualities than I do feminine, but I have feminine qualities. And so when I'm in a relationship with a woman that is very feminine, she allows me to tap into those parts of myself. She allows me to be a little bit more understanding, a little bit more considerate, a little bit more compassionate. The masculine is the animal. It's the chase. It's the dominate. Both of these energies are equally as beautiful, and they need to be integrated together, and that's what relationships do. The culture shift that we have is not working out for anybody. Most people don't know who they are in any capacity. They haven't acknowledged the good parts of themselves, or they overhype themselves. You don't acknowledge the dark parts of ourselves, the dark part of our nature, the parts of us in which value our needs over somebody else's, or you do a little bit of unconscious manipulation in your relationships to get something out of someone, and you're being a little bit dishonest. Now, a lot of the times we don't really notice that we're doing these things, but it's important to bring them to the light because we are doing them in some realm and capacity, some more than others, of course. And when I say manipulation, I don't want anyone to go off the rails and be like, oh my god, manipulate. It's like everybody manipulates each other in relationships. There's incongruencies in our values and the actions that we take. So we might say to ourselves, like, one of my values is honesty. But if I hide something, or I get a little bit uncomfortable and don't share and express my authentic self, that is dishonesty. Because it's what I want to do, not incongruency with what is required for me to do to gain the deepest connection possible. But to get back to your original question of how important it is to know yourself first, you need to know who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, you don't know who you want, you don't know how you act, you don't have any conception of what your values are in your relationship. So what oftentimes happens is you get into romantic partnerships with people who are not right for you in almost any way, shape, or form. Relationship goes to shit. You're unhappy. You're heartbroken. Then you start to blame women and men for your problems. Say all the men are trash, all the women are this way. And it's like, no, you just had a bad experience or multiple bad experiences with certain individuals, because most people have not integrated any of these parts of themselves. It's like you bring up the word insecurity. We're afraid of that word. It's like, oh, I'm insecure. No, I'm not insecure. I'm not. Yes, you are. I'm insecure. Richie says everybody is insecure. We all have insecurities. If we didn't, we would not be human beings. And we like to pretend that the dark parts of ourselves are not existing in ourselves and our relationships. And so here's what happens. They don't go away. You push them down. You be inauthentic when you're in your dating experience. Then 6 months, a year, 5 years down the line, then you're married. Then that monster in yourself comes out. Now what? Your partner starts to see how much of an angry, unintegrated individual you are. Then your marriage goes to shit. Then your relationship goes down the drain. Now you have kids. Oh my god. The burden that your kids are going to be going upon. Oh my god. You didn't think about that one, did you? When we push these uncomfortable parts of ourselves down and don't process and feel our emotions and be vulnerable with our partner and share those, we don't realize how much that shoots us in the head down in our relationship. Most important thing for us to do is understand the dark parts of ourselves, start to develop a relationship with them,